What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. Let's get into it. All right, so we on the sport of boxing. If you've been keeping up with my videos, I've been talking about my top boxing matches of 2024. The must-see fights that need to happen and get made in this calendar year. If you've been keeping up, I've already mentioned Usyk versus Fury. That's a fight that's already been made, coming up in February. I'll be doing another video on that when we get to February to break down just how I think it's going to go down. Let you know who I think's going to win. That being said, I also mentioned another big-time fight recently. My most recent video, I talked about Abdul Wahid, formerly known as Gervonta Tank Davis, versus Devin the Dream Haney. That's a big-time fight. In my opinion, even bigger and more must-see, more box office than Fury versus Usyk, which is saying a lot, because as the heavyweight division goes, so does boxing, as they say. But Tank and Devin got some history that has a lot to do with their backgrounds. Watch my video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I think it makes it intriguing for that fight. Also, I think it's going to be a high level of skill shown in that fight, even more so than Fury versus Usyk. So I think that's a big time fight. Some people think that's the fight of 2024 that should be made, the biggest fight in boxing that can be made. Kind of like last year, it was Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. That was the biggest fight to be made. A lot of people think that's Tank versus Haney. I don't think so. I was asked on a particular post one time who I thought was the biggest fight to be made, and was it Tank versus Haney? And I brought up another fight, Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. Now, a lot of people know this fight needs to be made, and if you've been watching my videos, I am starting to get restless with this one. This needs to happen ASAP. But I was asked, do I really think that's a must-see over Tank versus Haney? If I had the choice, same night could be at either venue, and you got Canelo versus Benavidez or Tank versus Haney as an option, but you can only go see one. Which one do you pick? For me, I'm going Benavidez versus Canelo, and let me tell you why. First of all, it's been a long time coming, longer than Haney versus Tank, in my opinion. Benavidez has been trying to get at Canelo for a while now. He's been calling him out, and Canelo went to 168 pounds at a convenient time when Benavidez had lost his belt, and it gave Canelo the opportunity to slide in and not have an easy way of the division. He had to go through champions on his route to become undisputed. He earned it, but he didn't complete the mission, because David Benavidez was the man at 168. And now he's been back for a while. He's been looking good in his fights, and he's still calling out Canelo. And Canelo got an excuse every time about why he ain't gonna fight this man. Some of them seem more valid than others to me. I know Canelo's the cash cow. He can write his own ticket, right? He ain't got to fight this dude if he don't want to, and he's still gonna make bread. No doubt about it. But it's something about being a warrior and giving the fans what they want and accepting the challenge when it's there. You can't deny Benavidez got some hands. He's a skilled fighter. He puts a lot of pressure on people with his activity, how many punches he throws, and he's got power, breaks people down, chops them down. His last fight, he had Andre quit, or at least his corner did, and it was a smart move. He was getting at him. He's got the height, the reach, the motor, everything it takes to give Canelo a rough time. That being said, Canelo's no slouch. I'm not trying to say Canelo gonna lose this for sure. Something I need to think about, really. Once the fight's made and I can have a constructive criticism about the fight based on where they each are in their careers at the time the fight's made. But as of right now, Canelo is still that dude to the point where he could get Benavidez, but he could also be gotten. It's a 50-50 fight, and we need those in boxing. Canelo, with his ability to counter, his power in both hands, his rock-solid chin, makes for a great fight against David Benavidez. I think they'll get in the clutch early and often. Benavidez will bring the action to him, but can Canelo back him off a little bit? You don't see Benavidez get backed off too often. Canelo might have the power to do that. Will Canelo switch up his game plan because that pressure coming from Benavidez is more than he used to? We saw how Canelo looked against Bivol. Now, I don't think Bivol is somebody that is when I bring up Bivol, it's not to say that Benavidez is better than Bivol, because I'm not sure Benavidez could go up to 175 and just beat Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is legit. But he has some similar attributes, the height and the reach. He's got even more height than Bivol on Canelo, and he's got reach. And he has the that tiger in him, that he wants to prove something to Canelo, that he's the man at 168. And he's got to prove it because he's been calling him out. So Canelo, it's time to accept this challenge. Let us know what you got, because I want to see this 50-50 fight and give my thoughts on who's going to win it. Let me know what y'all think. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Let's go back and forth. Let's talk about it. Catch me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And for those on Facebook, join my group, J Heat Sports Media.